Hey everybody, it's Liz. Thank you so much for your support for all of my videos in Barbados. If you don't know this, my time in Barbados has come to a close, unfortunately, and currently I am in New York City. Would you believe that? Back home. Please don't worry. If you really enjoyed the videos from Barbados, my family's from there, I will definitely go back, and I have ideas for videos that I want to make. Living abroad has taught me so much, and I just want to talk about some of the things that I learned. It's so important to pay attention to the food you eat and the ingredients in your food and where those ingredients come from. In the States, there's definitely a culture that's starting to grow. People wanting to know what's in their food, where it comes from, and trying to eat more organic ingredients, or making sure that their food has a lot of plant-based items. And I did a whole lot of cooking while I was down there. Instead of using 5 different seasonings to make something, using 5 different herbs. The food tastes more natural, and it tastes more as it's supposed to taste. It doesn't taste like something else. Like, I learned how to make my own tomato sauce. You'd be surprised how easy it is, but it's like so great that I know my tomato sauce has tomatoes and herbs and some salt and pepper in it, and not all those other kind of ingredients. A lot of us have certain ailments or sicknesses and don't realize that a lot of these things can be cured with having the right diet, eating the right foods or plants. It was just really cool to be down there and be amongst more earthy people that live closer to the land. Another thing that I learned is that, and it kind of goes without saying, but that it doesn't hurt to be nice to people. Sometimes I feel, definitely for myself, that when I'm home, I am a little bit on the defensive, that you kind of have to watch people or have a guard up. Of course, we know the whole, the guy says hi to you on the street sometimes, and you just feel like, off, like, don't even speak to me. I'm not always like that, but of course, if someone tries to do more, you're just like, oh, no thank you, keep it moving. It creates more of a community and a camaraderie with each other. Not that you should do things to expect something in return, but you never know if there's ever a situation where you might need somebody's help or something like that. Also, you can learn so much from different people. Like, that's one thing I've learned, is that you shouldn't judge a book by its cover. A lot of people have different stories, they have different things they've been through, and just getting to know people and understanding where they're coming from can help a better understanding and help us all be closer together. Another thing that I learned from traveling, I was fortunate enough that when I went down there, I had it in mind that I was going to get a job, and I was able to find one very quickly through a friend of a friend, and I started working. It's definitely one of those things where you just jump and the net will appear. Before I left, I was very scared. I had never lived abroad. I wasn't worried about missing home, but was concerned about my career, losing my network, losing my contacts, having a hard time readjusting back home was basically my biggest fear. But I had always wanted to live abroad. That was my dream from being in high school and seeing other kids go. Uprooted myself, went down there, and I was actually supposed to come back March 9th, and I ended up extending my trip until May 9th. I was by myself a lot. When I first got down there, I was working on a lot of personal stuff, and then I kind of felt like I wasn't making the things that I really wanted to make, by partially my own fault and partially just because of trying to survive. My hair is getting really messed up from being out here. Well, don't straighten your hair and then go sit by a lake. I was making stuff that I needed to make to survive and not really working on the hard stuff. I make a lot of little documentary stuff. I do work videography, I work on film set, but I want to make my own movies. I love movies, I study them very intensely. I had it in my mind that I was gonna go down there and I was gonna make a film. Weeks were going by and I had not even started the script. It was kind of gave me some anxiety, because I would wake up and it would just be another day, and the way the time works down there, it goes by so slow, which is great because who wants time to go by fast? Here I blink and it's I wake it up, blink, and I'm going laying back down to go to sleep for the night. So one thing I definitely learned is that it is important to work. Just as it's important to work, it's also important to be still and really think about what is it exactly that you need to do. when I was able to sit still and be by myself, I mean, I knew, like, I'm 27, you know, I know what I like, I know what I want to do. It's just a matter of, like,
just do it! Make your dreams come true! Just do it! No, what are you waiting for? Do it! Just do it! Yes, you can!
Like, it's literally just like that. Just do it. As I had mentioned, that I wouldn't say that I was an alcoholic, but I definitely, whenever I did drink, I drank to excess. That really bothered me. I was able to kind of face that and understand that this is my body, this is my temple, and I have to treat it properly. So I definitely learned to be patient with myself. Creativity is not something you can just like a vending machine. Like, you just put $1 in and then you pop out art. Like, that's just not how it works. Congratulate yourself for small victories. Enjoy the day. Look at the sunlight. Go for a swim on the beach. Dig a hole in the sand. Eat some french fries, have a beer, you know, enjoy life. It's so funny, I was just talking about like being nicer to people, and people are looking at me so crazy, and I'm just like, want to look at them crazy back, but woosah, we're trying to change our ways here. It's important to be active. I was able to get into surfing. Surfing was something that I always wanted to do my whole life. Like, I was always a tomboy. I still kind of am. I wanted to be that girl that wore skater clothes, that surfed, that skateboarded. The fact that I like learned how to surf, still definitely a beginner on the baby waves. I still get very intimidated that wide waves were like this high. You know, that was definitely an eye-opening experience, and that really boosted my confidence for sure about a lot of things. I don't want to be unhealthy, I don't want to be overweight, but I want to be in like the best shape of my life. I'm 27 years old and I want to hike and climb mountains and do all that cool stuff. Another thing I learned is travel light. That's one thing I like about myself. My dad never raised me to be materialistic. Before I left, I gave away so much stuff. Even when I was down there coming back, I left a bunch of things throughout things. They're just things. Well, that's all for the things that I have learned from going to Barbados / living abroad. I started making YouTube videos in 2010, and I used to make them like this, sitting down talking at the camera about different things, and I was wondering if I should get back into doing videos like that a little bit. If you enjoyed this video or seeing stuff like this, then please leave a comment and I will be sure to make more. So I could tell stories, like story times, different crazy things that's happened, then let me know if you would be into that. Also, if you would like to become a patron of this channel, it would help out tremendously, because we all know equipment and travel is very expensive, and I have so many ideas for this channel. I want to talk to music artists, people in the entertainment industry, cultural people, chefs, restaurant owners, spiritual advisors, all kinds of people, health nuts, all these kind of people from all over the world. Think Anthony Bourdain's Parts Unknown, Vice kind of documentary. That's kind of where I want to go with this channel, as well as filmmaking. Oh, I didn't even mention, I did actually end up shooting a film while I was in Barbados, and I wrote another short too that I'm going to shoot here. So can't say it was completely unproductive. I don't know. That's all I have to say. Bye.